Von Karma! Miss Von Karma, you're hiding critical evidence. Dots. Unforgivable, Von Karma. Suppressing evidence like this. You're as bad as your father. Confront Francisca. Leave it to the judge. Should I leave it to the judge? Sure, let's confront her. Your Honor, the defense asked that Prosecutor Von Karma be held in contempt of court. Well, yeah. Me in contempt of court. Yeah, that's what I said. You can't be serious. Oh, I'm very serious. But you hid evidence from the court on purpose. That's not fair. That's not fair. Phoenix, are you a lawyer or a schoolchild? Heck, I was so angry I lost my composure. Miss Von Karma, would you care to explain yourself to this court? I thought this picture was not important and thus felt no need to submit it. That's all. How could you think? The pictures were more or less the same, so why bother with the second? I mean, it's just so much more trouble than it's worth for me to submit this as evidence. More trouble than it's worth? How can you say that? If you want to see it that badly, I'll submit it. I mean, apparently submitting it is just like, you just do it and that's it. How is this any trouble? Daughter's photo number 2 added to the record. That's not... That's not Maya. That's not what Maya looks like. There's no bullet hole. ... What's this? What is this a picture? It's obviously the second picture the witness took that day at the scene of the crime. Well, it's a little off-center, but that's what you get with a nervous amateur. I think the important part here is the person in this picture. That is most definitely not Maya Fey. Also, her boobs are hanging out. What is the meaning of this? This might be the break I was looking for. Now should I or should I not insist that the person in this picture is not Maya Fey? There's no bullet hole on her. Hold on, let me just like show you. There's no bullet hole in either of the sleeves. Also, the blood is on the under clothes. It's not on the outer clothes. Not on the outer robe. It's not Maya. Your Honor, as you can plainly see, the person in the picture is not Maya Fey. Yes, I see that. It's not just her face, her whole body has taken on a different appearance. There is only one conclusion that can be drawn, then. That somehow this other person snuck in and traded places with the defendant. Order, order, order. Well, yes, I believe you are correct, Mr. Wright. The person who was inside the channeling chamber was not Maya Fey. Mia, we did it. You're too soft. Huh? You're softer than Aunt Morgan's strawberry desserts, Phoenix. Take a look at Prosecutor Von Karma's face. She's smiling. I think you had better continue to worry, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Miss Von Karma, what do you mean by that? Your Honor, I would like for you to take a look at this picture. This was taken yesterday at the detention center's visitor room. Why would you have a picture from that angle? This is Mr. Phoenix Wright and the defendant, Maya Fey, during his visit. Maya Fey? But isn't this a totally different person? She looks this way because she is obviously in the middle of channeling a spirit. It's unbelievable that she can. Yet it is the truth. When Maya Fey is in that state, she physically changes into the person she's calling. No, the sleeve. There's no bullet hole in the sleeve. Miss Von Karma, a word if I may. Mia, taking pictures of someone during a private visit is illegal. Surely you must know that that picture can't be submitted as evidence. Obviously, I know this picture is illegal, but I never intended to submit it as evidence in the first place. What is she? From the moment I showed this picture to the court, this case became all mine. No, it didn't. After all, this image has now been forever burned into the judge's mind. I don't have even a single witty line. It looks like we've been had. We're fine, Mia. I don't claim to understand this, and I still cannot believe it. Are you saying that this person is the defendant, Maya Fey? If I give up here, the trial will end. But if I slip up and say something wrong, it will cost me. Is there any way I can prove that the person in this picture is not Maya? I'm gonna just... I still don't trust the game. But yeah, the sleeve. I can prove it! Your Honor! Oh, the fire has returned to your eyes, I see. This picture. Within this picture lies a critical contradiction to all the testimony up until now. A contradiction? So, you think you've spotted a problem with this picture? Then earn your keep. Why don't you point out exactly what is so strange in this picture for the court? Please direct your attention here! To the sleeve. But there isn't anything odd about it. And that is exactly what is odd. What is so odd? Your hair is odd. Something that should be there is suddenly missing. Should be there? Ah! There was a bullet hole in the sleeve of the defendant's costume. If that is the case, then it should be in this picture as well. Miss Von Karma, you intended to hide this valuable piece of evidence. You will most certainly be assigned a penalty for this. Ha, owned. Alright, this should do some major damage to her arguments. Don't celebrate yet. You like to bring down the mood, don't you? Take a look at Miss Von Karma's face. Ah, she's got that condescending green frosted all over her face again. Jumping the gun again, I see, Your Honor. I would like to extend an apology on behalf of those incompetent fools. What do you mean? And what incompetent fools? If those fools down at the precinct hadn't missed the bullet hole, I would have gotten a report about it. As I didn't, I could not have known that this picture was of any value to this case. How is that not of value? You have a picture showing the person with the gun, with the blood. How is that possibly not valuable to the case? It is the whole case. That picture shows the whole case. This is the stupidest thing. I see. You don't see anything, Judge. She's lying through her teeth, I know it. That woman knew about everything, the bullet hole, the picture, everything. But you can't prove that. Franziska von Karma's idea of a perfect case is quite fascinating, don't you think? Your Honor, you need not worry. If you must assign a penalty, I'll personally make sure that the detective gets what's coming. I'm sure there will be a great gnashing of teeth at his next salary discussion. Poor Gumshoe. In any case, this is a very big problem. When the defendant was taken into custody, her costume had a bullet hole in its sleeve. However, from this photo, it would appear that right after the shooting, there was none. The judge is confused by this strange twist of events. This is your chance, Phoenix. Load all you've got into this one shot, alright? That's kinda sexual. Got it. Watch this, Maya. Your Honor! There is only one logical explanation for the contradiction. The shooter is someone else. The defendant's sleeve had a bullet hole in it. However, this person's clearly does not. There can be only one explanation. The person who shot Dr. Gray was not the defendant, but a different person altogether! What? Order! If order is not restored, I will suspend this trial. Okay, let's suspend the trial. Why me? The defense's argument is a complete mess. A complete mess? I fail to see how. Please enlighten us. Hey, witness! Ah! What the heck? Is that any way to ask the girl a favor? Be quiet, you. You were the one who said it was only the two of them when you entered the room. Well, you know, if you were lying, I swear that my whip will be the last thing you see. Look, sis, you're looking mighty scary, so why don't we say you... Ah! I swear I wasn't lying or nothing. There wasn't anyone else in there, honest. First of all, there's a space behind the screen. Second of all, the shooter is in the wrong position to be shooting. All this stuff is obviously wrong, but apparently the game does not accept that as an argument. You see, now riddle me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Where did the defendant vanish to? And where did this other woman appear from? Why is it lately all I want to do is cry? Well, if the person in this picture is not the defendant, then this poses two very big questions. First, where did the defendant vanish to? And second, where did this person come from? That's right! Now hurry up and answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Behind the screen? That's so obvious. This is so stupid. Come on, you can't fall apart here, Phoenix Wright. I can't believe that even Mia's calling me by my full name. But I mean, how am I supposed to prove something like this? Had enough yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Or do you think you have enough in you to turn things around even now? To turn things around? That's right, Mia would always turn things around and change her perspective. Phoenix! So where did this intruder appear from, and where did Maya disappear to? I need to look at the situation from a different angle. Let's see. What if before we broke in, the third person was already in the room? Of course the third person was already in the room behind the screen, dumbass! Why is it... Why is it that the most obvious thing is left until the very end? You're supposed to like... Look, a good plot twist is like you find evidence, but it suggests a different thing, right? Like, okay, this it's like it's a distraction, and then finally you put it together. But no, this is like you put it together, and then no distraction. You already solved it, and it's just distractions afterwards, but it doesn't make any sense. Ah, no, this is bad storytelling. And what if Maya had left that room somehow? If I could prove that either one of those conditions were true? Mr. Wright, let's hear what you've come up with. I think what happened before we forced our way into the channeling chamber is... Hold on, before that, let me check this. There's probably a secret passage behind the screen. I think what happened before we forced our way into the chamber is a third person. I mean, that's true. That's also true. That's also true. I think they're all correct. A third person had entered it. Maya had left the room. I mean, these are both true. Your Honor, I would like to present some evidence. I have proof that there was someone else in the room before the murder took place. It is the map, right? I'm presenting the map, right? 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 The map? Or is it the screen? Maybe it's the screen. Is it the map or the screen? Please take a good look at this. Okay, I've already seen it. Thank you. And? What is the purpose of this item? Don't you see, Your Honor? I don't think you actually see what you're doing. Sigh. I think it is the court that should be sighing at you, Mr. Wright. Yeah, like, I knew. Oh my god. What do you want me to present? A third person that entered it. Or is it something I can't explain yet? The key. No, but they didn't enter in the front door, so the key doesn't really matter. Is it the screen? No, it's not the screen. Something I can't explain yet? I'm sorry, but I simply can't. You see? And the reason is quite simple, because there is no explanation. That's why, as I thought, another big waste of this court's time. Phoenix, you can't just give up like that. But Mia, rethink things one more time, there has to be an explanation. Okay, I'm already perfect, and so of course my conclusions are also perfect. Grr, alright, Phoenix, calm down and let's try this one more time. What if before you broke in the third person was already in the room? And what if Maya had left that room somehow? If I could prove that either one of those conditions were true. Mr. Wright, let's see what you come up with. I don't. I have proved that there was someone else in the room before the murder took place. I don't know what the game wants me to do. There's the key. So I presented this. Apparently, we can't talk about the space behind the screen. I said the screen, apparently we can't talk about the screen. So the only thing left is the key, right? No, apparently not. No, it's not. I'm gonna look at the walkthrough again because... Oh. It's Maya had left the room and then present the black key. Maya had left the channeling chamber at some point, and the defense can prove this. Oh, how a foolish fool makes a foolish face while dreaming foolishly foolish dreams. Maya Fey was being looked after by her aunt Morgan Fey. The chances of her leaving the crime scene is lower than that detective's salary. Anyway, let's see some evidence. No, but... Why? Why is the key proof that she left the room? Proof that the murder until the time of the arrest, the defendant had left the room. Yeah, but how do you know there's only one key? They said that, but maybe there's another key. Miss Hart, do you remember this key? Well, I've seen it. Hey, that's the channeling chamber key, right? Before the channeling started, Maya locked the door from the inside with that. The defendant herself locked the door. Yeah, that's why we all couldn't get the door open. That key is the only one of its kind, after all. Oh, one of a kind, you say? Yeah, how do you know it's one of a kind? How do you know that's true? And also, how do you know the key got out before Maya was arrested? One of a kind, you say? Wait, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, it looks like she's catching on. I'm afraid to ask, but why is that key currently in your possession? Huh? What do you mean? If Maya Fey locked herself in, then the key should have been with her. She could have just dropped the key along the way. She doesn't have to pocket the key the whole time. She could have just, I don't know, dropped the key somewhere. Yes, agreed. No, not agreed. I don't agree. However, she did not have the key at the time of her arrest. So? Ah, well, ain't that a kick? So how come you're holding it? I got this as a present from a certain little girl. And that little girl was nowhere near the crime scene at the time. How do you know there's only one key? How do you know there's only one key? How do you know they didn't lie to you? And there's actually more than one key? Right? And how do you know she didn't pick it up from this crime scene and take it somewhere else? Or how do you know her aunt didn't take the key and give it to her? There's huge holes, there's huge plot holes. That is preposterous, Von Karma, you're right, that is preposterous. This means that Maya Fey must have left the room. No, this has enormous holes. There's ginormous gaps in the evidence. That doesn't make any sense at all. That doesn't make any sense at all. If she had not, then I would not be holding this key you see before you. You haven't even proved that it is the only key that exists. This is so bad. Come on. This is so bad. There's no way. Who? Oh my god, who wrote this story? It seems we have come to an impasse. We've come to something. When we got the key from Pearl, it was much later, right? It's not like we got the key from Pearl while Maya was still in the channeling chamber, right? Do you guys remember? I should check the videos. When we got the key from Pearl, it was like the day after, wasn't it? Yeah, no, it was the day after. It was when Maya gave us her Magatama, and then we showed the Magatama to Pearl, and then Pearl gave us the key. Before that, yeah, no, by the time we saw Pearl with the key, we had already busted the door open. So for any time after we busted the door open to when we saw Pearl, Pearl could have been given the key by her aunt. Or by her mother, Aunt Morgan. No, this doesn't make any sense. It seems we have come to an impasse. This picture has clearly captured the face of the murderer. However, is this person the defendant or not? The defense is arguing that this person is not the defendant. Furthermore, as proof, this key has been submitted as evidence. It's just the worst evidence. It doesn't prove anything. Miss Von Karma, How can this be? At this point in time, a verdict on the defendant's guilt is not possible. My perfect case. How is there a flaw in my perfect case? Because complete bullshit is why I want karma. Don't think you've won yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm a prodigy. I've never lost a case. And I don't intend to lose here in this courtroom to a fool like you. I don't care what I have to do. I will get my guilty verdict. That's enough. If you would like to continue, do so in the lobby. Court will reconvene tomorrow at 10 AM. That is all. Court is adjourned. That's no, I don't. It's not good. It's not very good. June 21, 1:32 PM. District Court Defendant Lobby number 3. Wow! That was you, Pearly? You summoned my sis? Yes, I felt I had no choice. Great going, Pearly. I knew you were special. Hey, Nick, did you know? Yeah. It's not like anyone else in there could have done that. Nick. I know you're trying really hard and all, but I really don't remember ever leaving that room. Yeah. And I don't think that a third person could have gone into that room. Yeah. So Pearl, where'd you get the key from? Pearl, how'd you get the key? Well, at least we have until tomorrow to figure things out. Ask Pearl where she got the key from. Like, what happened in that room, for instance? Yeah, I'm counting on you. Wait, Maya said she don't remember leaving the room, but she doesn't remember anything when she's channeling. I envy the two of you. Oh, by the way, Nick, do you think you could take Pearly back home for me? Sure. You're gonna leave her with a strange man? I mean, I'm not a stranger, but I am strange. Alright, Pearls, you ready to go buy some tickets? Huh? A ticket? Poor thing. She's so shouted. Alright, let's save the game, take a break. I cannot agree with the story so far. It's not it's not plausible. It is implausible to the point where it actually gets in the way of the story. I can't do it. Alright, see you next time.